Here's exactly what you should do after you get a Capital One Venture X card. The Capital One Venture X has a $395 annual fee, which may seem steep until I show you all the ways that you can be getting way more value out of it than $395 each year. This is one that we have had since it came out and we plan to keep indefinitely. One of the first decisions you have to make when you get this card is whether or not you're going to add authorized users. Now, one of the really cool things about this card is even though it's a premium card, you can currently add 4 authorized users for free, and they get a lot of the same perks that you get as the primary card holder. You generally don't want to add your spouse as an authorized user on your card. And that's because there's this rule called the Chase 524 rule, which really limits the number of Chase cards that you'll be able to get depending on how many credit accounts you have open in the past 24 months on your credit score. That's a whole separate discussion about that rule, but it is because of that rule that you don't want to automatically add your spouse or your partner to credit cards that you open. The Venture X card comes with really good lounge access for airports, and it's because of that lounge access that you may choose to add an authorized user, and let me explain how you can make your decision here. With your Venture X, you get access to 3 different lounge networks. Okay, so you get access to Capital One lounges. There's only a few of them, but the ones that have opened so far are pretty sweet. You also get access to Plaza Premium lounges. For both of those, the Capital One lounges and the Plaza Premium lounges, every time you go into the lounge, you can bring 2 guests with you per Capital One Venture X card that you have. So in my household, having 1 would not be enough because we have 4 people and I can only get 2 guests in. So I need to add another authorized user in order to get us all into a lounge. But the authorized user that I added might not be what you think, and I'll explain that in a minute. The 3rd lounge network that you get access to is Priority Pass lounges. At Priority Pass lounges with your Venture X card, you get to bring in unlimited guests or max up to whatever that particular lounge allows. I will say a quick caveat here because it's always confusing. Priority Pass, the whole network, has lounges and they have experiences and restaurants. The Venture X Priority Pass membership that you get only gives you the lounges. It doesn't give you the restaurant credits that a few other cards out there give. So just keep that in mind when you're looking in the app later. In order to get that Priority Pass access with your Venture X card, you actually have to enroll separately for that. What's really cool about this is this leaves room for this little loophole that I'm gonna share with you. In my case, I didn't want to add my husband as an authorized user because I was trying to get him back under 524 so he could apply for some Chase cards. But we did want lounge access for our whole family. So I was able to add my son as my authorized user. If we go as a family to the Capital One Lounge in Denver, for instance, we will present my card and my son's card, and that's enough to get us all into the Capital One Lounge. But for the Priority Pass access, I use my Venture X, and there is a website that you go to, which I will link below, that you use your card number in order to sign up for Priority Pass access. I noticed when I did that it didn't need to match the name on my card. So when I added my son as an authorized user, I also took his number when his card came, and I went to the Priority Pass website to get another Priority Pass membership. In this case, Priority Pass, you cannot sign up for it unless you're 18, and my son is not 18. So I just put my husband's name, and a Priority Pass membership came for my husband that's essentially linked to my son's card. It's a little bit roundabout, but for families, if you are really trying to keep your partner or spouse under 524, this is a good workaround. Keep in mind these lounge networks when you travel, so you make sure you're enjoying them when you can. The easiest way to find eligible lounges is just to go and Google Capital One Partner Lounges, and you'll get to a Capital One website, which is constantly being updated with the most accurate information for these cards, and that's what I recommend. Because you can add 4 authorized users for free and they all get lounge access, this is a fun way that you could gift lounge access to someone. If you have a parent or an aunt or an uncle, maybe there's a really good lounge at their home airport that they could use, you can add them as an authorized user and they will get lounge access as well. Next thing you have to enroll in before this benefit expires at the end of 2024 is Hertz President Circle status. This gives you the highest level of Hertz Elite status. We've really enjoyed using this benefit. It gives you more flexibility in the car that you can pick besides just the one that you booked directly with Hertz. We've lucked out and even gotten a Tesla once, and we always are able to get SUVs even when we've just booked a regular intermediate car. Another benefit that is ending at the end of 2024 is the free shipped membership. If this is something that you use, you definitely want to sign up for the annual membership before then. I'll link again the website that you go to sign up for that to get a free membership through December 31st of 2024 with this card. You really want to make sure to get your online account set up as well as autopay set up, because you do not want to miss a payment on these cards because the interest rate is crazy, but also it's bad for your credit. Make sure that you're tracking when you signed up for the card and when you need to complete the spending by in order to get your bonus, because that's 75,000 points that you don't want to miss out on. Your Venture X card gives you a statement credit for global entry or TSA pre-check. It gives you $100 every 4 years. You don't have to use this for yourself. If you already have global entry, you can use it to pay for someone else's global entry or TSA pre-check fees, but it's something that I recommend doing early on because sometimes that interview process can take a while. If you can pay for your cell phone bill with a credit card, you should switch to paying that with your Venture X, and that's because you'll have included with that, just by paying your bill, you will have free cell phone protection, and so that's good if your phone is lost or stolen or damaged. You can get a benefit that will help cover the replacement costs. You can also be thinking about when you want to activate your Cultivist benefit. Cultivist is a network of museums, and with your Venture X card, you get access to a membership for 6 months, which gives you and one guest free entry to museums on their list. It's a lot of art museums and can save you a lot of money if you have trips planned to cities with art museums that you're going to. You also should be strategizing about how you're going to use your $300 statement credit that you get through Capital One Travel. Now, in order to get this credit, you have to make a booking through Capital One Travel, and it comes off essentially like a coupon code. And so you have to have a booking of $300 or more, but you don't have to use it all at once. If you want to book hotels or plane tickets or rental cars with it, you can do it in smaller increments as well. Another kind of random fun perk that you could be looking out for is that if you're traveling or you live near a Capital One cafe, you can go in there and you can buy any of their coffee drinks for half off if you use your Capital One card to pay. You also want to start thinking about how you might use your points. Now, maybe you already opened the card with a plan. Maybe you're planning to use the purchase eraser in order to just use your points, kind of like cash back for travel purchases, but just keep in mind that there's a lot of ways that you can transfer your points and get even more value than you might get just by using the purchase eraser. I have lots of videos on these as well as information about this in my free course. If you have other questions about the card, leave them below in the comments and I'm happy to answer them.